Hello and welcome to my 10th episode of this weekly live gardening show, Spilling the Green Beans, where I share with you my green secrets to inspire you to grow your own vegetables in town. I am your host, Emily, creator of Easy Urban Gardening, the system for growing your own vegetables on a balcony, terrace, or small garden in town. Thank you for spending time with me today in my garden when I talk about spring vegetables. Growing vegetables can seem daunting and hard work, but I share with you my green secrets, the most crucial techniques to make it fun and easy. You'll also learn how to take advantage of the broad health benefits of gardening and how to cook delicious meals with your own vegetables. I am spilling the green beans. And before we dive in today, I want to share with you that I am planning a new course, Your Urban Paradise. It's all about how to grow your vegetables in town, of course, in an easy and fun way. And if you like to be informed about it, you find the link to the waiting list in the show notes. So last week I spoke about the vegetable cavallo nero, aka Tuscan kale or palm tree kale, how healthy it is and how to prepare it in delicious meals, salads and smoothies. And today I want to tell you a bit more about a lot of other spring vegetables too. What can you sow right now in March and April? How many should you sow? How long do they take to grow? And how long can you harvest them? March is really the month that the gardening season takes off, and there is a lot you can and should sow right now. I will discuss some of the ones that are easy to grow and can be sown straight into your garden at this very moment. No need to sow them indoors or to first grow them in small containers to seedlings and then transplant them. No, there are some of the Easy Urban Gardening all-time favorites. They are easy and they are going straight into your garden. And of course, they are grouped in the usual Easy Urban Gardening plant sizes: small, medium, large, and extra large. First, the small ones. There are two small ones that you can very well sow now, and those are radishes and carrots. Of course, small means that you sow 16 of them in one of our famous squares of 30 by 30 centimeters. And with radishes, you can start harvesting them in 4 to 6 weeks already. They are very, very quick. And of course, if you harvest them, you will probably harvest them within 1 week because, of course, they are small. And if you want to have a little bit of volume in your salad or use them like really thinly sliced on a nice sandwich or something, you go through 16 radishes relatively quickly. And don't forget that you can add the greens to your salad as well. Not only the bulb of the radish, but the greens are really, really good too. Then the carrots, it's also 16, but they take 10 weeks before you can start harvesting. As soon as you see a little bit of the top, let's assume that you sow orange carrots. As soon as you see a little bit of the orange top coming above the soil, they are ready to harvest. Of course, if you like them thicker, you leave them a little bit longer. But as soon as the top is orange and slightly above the ground, it is ready to be harvested. As for the carrots as well, a lot of people don't realize, but the carrot greens are actually really, really nice. So don't throw them away. Make a nice pesto with them. Just blend them with some oil some nice olive oil, high quality, a little bit, pinch of salt, a little bit of garlic, and then add whatever you prefer, either the traditional pesto pine nuts, although I like my carrot pesto also mixed with either walnut or hazelnut. It's up to you. Just try it. It's really, really good. Okay, then we have a bunch of medium-sized plants that you can sow right now. Medium, of course, means that you sow 9 plants within your square. And the first one I want to mention is rocket, aka arugula. And that is another really quick one. You can start harvesting within 4 to 6 weeks. And as rocket, of course, is kind of like a salad, it's a leafy vegetable. You can decide either to let them grow to a decent size of full-grown plant and harvest it completely at once, or you can harvest the biggest leaves like every few days. If you choose the latter, of course, you have a longer period of time that you can harvest from them, because as long as the center, like the heart of the plant, is intact, it will keep producing new leaves. So then you have every now and then, or every like twice or maybe even 3 times a week, you can harvest several rocket leaves and have them in a nice mixed salad. If you would care for a little bit more inspiration or a recipe like rocket mousse, go back and listen episode number 6, because I share a little bit more about rocket in that episode. Next is peas, all sorts of peas, either the normal peas or the snow peas and even the snap peas. They are medium plants and they can go into your garden right now. And it will be 8 to 10 weeks until you can start harvesting pots. But of course, here it's the same. As soon as your plant is like 15 to 20 centimeters high, you can already pick like the sprouts and the little leaves here and there and pimp up your mixed salad. Yes, salad. Next one. All sorts of salads are now to sow. And the leaf lettuce, sorry, not salad, lettuce, sorry. The leaf lettuce is the ones that don't form a straight or compact head. You can sow them as a medium plant, and they take roughly 5 to 6 weeks before you can start harvesting. If you want nice lettuce heads, they are considered a large plant. So of those, you can put 4 in a patch. And until you can really harvest the heads, it will go 7 to 8 weeks. Spinach is another so-called cold weather vegetable. So absolutely something to sow right now as a medium plant. And after 6 to 8 weeks, you can start harvesting. Beetroots are also a medium sized plant. Take about 10 weeks until you can harvest the first roots. But you sow them as of April. So a few more weeks, 2 more weeks to wait until you can sow them. But it is still a spring vegetable. And for the beetroot, it's the same. As soon as the greens or the leaves are of a decent size, like, what is it, like 3, 4, 5 centimeters, you can start harvesting them and use them in a salad. Mix them with the lettuce and the spinach and the rockets, and maybe even some pea shoots, and leave the inner leaves leave them because then first of all it will continue producing leaves, but of course this plant definitely needs the leaves and to also grow the root. Then some other large vegetables besides the lettuce heads I talked about is pak choy. It's a large vegetable, but it's from the same family as radish and rocket. So it's a quick one. You can harvest between 4 to 6 weeks. You can harvest nice grown pak choy heads, and of course really, really nice in a stir fry. Then Swiss chard. I talked about that in a little bit more detail in episode 3. So if you are keen on knowing a little bit more and have some more recipe tips, go back and listen to that episode. But chard is a large vegetable, so 4 in a patch, and you can start harvesting as of week 7, 6 to 7. And again, it's a leafy vegetable, so as long as you only pick the outer leaves, you extend the period over which you can harvest to really weeks without an end. And then there is one extra large vegetable that can be sown right now, and that's the cavallo nero I talked about last week. And it is an extra large one, so only one goes in a patch, but it gives you so much produce because it keeps on producing leaves incredibly. So it takes six to 8 weeks when you start harvesting, but then you can harvest for at least 4, 5, 6 more weeks by just picking the bigger leaves and leaving the smaller ones and leaving the top. And it keeps on giving you. It keeps on giving you. A tip for those of you who don't particularly like the vegetables, more bitter taste to a vegetable. Of course, the cavallo nero is a dark green vegetable, so it is a little bit stronger in taste. But if you pick the leaves not much bigger than, say, 20 to 25 centimeters, they are still very, very tender. So, and as in general, besides listening my vegetable episodes and maybe even looking on my social media platforms, if you want some real written out recipes and inspiration on what to do with vegetables, I can highly advise you to have a look at the cookbooks of Otto Lengi. He and his team, they are amazing vegetable magicians. They do stunning things. And even I love using or combining his recipes and his ideas about how to use vegetables in a little bit different way. So thank you for spending time with me in the garden. And I hope to meet you in your garden very soon. And if you'd like to know more about my coming course, Your Urban Paradise, please sign up for the waiting list via the link in the show notes. And I will inform you as one of the first about when it's going to start, what you can expect, etc. And did you enjoy this episode of Spilling the Green Beans? Please share, subscribe, and give a YouTube review so more people can enjoy the show. I see you in next week's episode when I will talk about how to plan your spring garden. So then we really dive a little bit deeper in one of the most fun, addictive, crucial, but also a little bit time-consuming parts of having a really highly efficient, highly productive, but still easy garden. And I hope to see you there. For now, enjoy the day, and I say bye-bye.